challenge many parents face, and for many, it's difficult to talk about: autism. Now, Imua Family Services on Maui has a new autism service available for Maui County children. Here to tell us more about it, Tracy, Bein, and Dean Wong, Executive Director. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Tracy, why don't we start with you? A lot of people don't really understand what autism is. Can you help explain that to us?
Yeah, sure. So autism is a very broad term for a varying degree of disability, the way it presents itself. So it really is a developmental disability affecting children's brain development. And so what it looks like is going to be very different for each child, but we're going to see difficulties in communication, so both verbal and nonverbal, their social interactions with people around them, and then the presence of some repetitive behaviors.
Okay. And you guys have a new program for
That's
autistic
right.
children?
Recently in Hawaii, there was a law that passed called Luke's Law. And Luke's Law now ensures that the healthcare providers are able to support families by providing some services for children with autism or that have an ASD diagnosis. Now, as an example, the Imua Family Services, which is now celebrating its 70th anniversary, has always been helping children with autism at various degrees. And a lot of the children that we see are actually with us at the time of their diagnosis, of ASD diagnosis, but now we're just able to continue to further the services that we provide for children, and through the healthcare providers also supporting that, families can stay with our organization longer and continue to receive what we call ABA services, or Applied Behavioral Analysis services, for children with autism. Okay,
because there are varying degrees, I guess, of autism, families may not know what to look for. You know, can you kind of give us, I don't know, some tips on signs to look out for?
Sure. So it would be, you know, we definitely want families to be aware of what typical developing milestones would be. So we want to, you know, make sure baby's making different marks in all their different areas of development. But what we want to look for as things we might call risk factors for autism would be, you know, not looking when their name is called, or limited eye contact. If baby's not babbling, if they're not doing that sort of back and forth, really fun, tickling and laughing interaction with you. And then, of course, when you get a little bit older as a toddler, you know, if they haven't met those milestones of their first words when they're close to a year and a half. And then, of course, if there's any regression in any skills, so baby or toddler had some speech and had some really great play skills, and then all of a sudden you see those go away, that would be a time to really discuss with your pediatrician.
We did mention that autism looks different, right, for every child. How does that impact, I guess, the kind of treatment? You know, can you kind of give us an idea of what kind of treatment you guys do?
Sure. So, of course, we do look at every child's individual needs, but first and foremost at Imua, because we are looking at early childhood, we do use it through play. So treatment can look very different. It can happen in schools, it can happen in communities, it can happen in homes. It can be very static and at a table and things like that. But we really focus on using developmental milestones to guide our treatment. And then we do use a scientific methodology, which is called applied behavior analysis. It can sound very scary, but it really is just the nature of understanding how your environment affects your behavior. So we use things in their natural environment to change behavior and help kids, you know, that may have some challenging behaviors, a lack of communication, replace those behaviors with a functional way to start speaking, playing, and interacting.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, Imua Family Services, servicing all of Maui County.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. We are going to have much more on Living 808 when